Hi, I'm Lizzie. I was diagnosed with something called MEN1 over a decade ago now, and I have spent the past few years deeply immersed in healing on every single level. So, not just physical symptoms, but the mental and emotional weight that can come with a diagnosis like this one. And that is why today's video is all about energy, because if there's one thing I hear over and over again, it's that so many of us living with symptoms like these feel utterly exhausted, not just tired, actually depleted. So if you're feeling that double whammy of physical and mental burnout, then stay with me because I want to share what finally helped me turn the corner. And stay till the very end because I'll share something which takes you exactly through how I've managed to reverse my symptoms in this condition without meds or surgery. Stay till the end and let's dive into it. Believe me, I did all the right things and I still felt exhausted. There really was a time in my journey where I was ticking every single box: diet, exercise, supplements, early nights, yoga, and even regular holidays, and I still felt flat, drained, absolutely low in energy. And at times I couldn't actually admit to myself how shattered I was because I had a pattern of needing to be strong and to keep it all together. And yes, it helped me get through some difficult periods, but it also stopped me from truly resting. And it wasn't until I gave myself permission to feel the emotional turbulence of this journey, so the diagnosis, the appointments and everything, but also life in general, that I actually started to understand what true rest really, really was. So let me explain. Rest isn't about sleep or more sleep, it is about attention. I've come to see rest not just as what I do or don't do, but where my attention is going, because we live in an attention economy. Everything wants our attention: mental, physical, emotional, and even financial. For me, this meant being aware of not just what I was doing or what I was not doing, but what I was thinking. The inner dialogue and the background noise at the back of my head, constantly having mental tabs open. What will people think? Am I doing enough? Is this the right thing to do? Dr. Joe Dispenza says most of us have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of those will be the same as the day before. And when I heard that, something clicked, because I suddenly realised that so much of my energy was being poured into thoughts that were just on repeat. So many of them rooted in fear or pressure or self-doubt, not useful at all, and that's a massive energy leak. Healing really requires energy, so I had to become more intentional with mine. My body needs energy to heal, is what I've realised. So my job is to be discerning with where I spend it, as if it were money coming out of my purse. That doesn't mean I don't take care of my sleep or go away for rest. Yes, all of that is important. But the real shift came for me when I started noticing where my attention was being drained unnecessarily. So overthinking, over worrying, over efforting, just going 110 in everything. And that's what really made the change. The past few years, I've had more energy physically, mentally, emotionally than at any point since I first began experiencing symptoms. I no longer complain about fatigue or about any symptoms for that matter, and it is absolutely phenomenal. So if you're feeling like you have tried everything and you are still exhausted, maybe it's not about what you're doing. Maybe it's about noticing where your energy is going. For me, that made all the difference, and no doctor could tell me that. If you want to know more about how I'm reversing my symptoms without meds or surgery, you can grab my free guide below. It walks through everything I've learned so far and how I started to heal on a much deeper level to get me to where I am now in MEN1, surgery-free, symptom-free and thriving. Thank you so much for being here, and I am excited to see you in the next video.